Hi, friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. I'm cracking myself up over here, let me tell you. All right, welcome back to a flip through. This is the second half of April. This is my April daily journal, creative daily journal, junk journal, whatever we're calling it. If you want to see, obviously, the first couple days, please go back to the first half. So, I was on a little bit of a tight crunch there. So we got to the 10th of April. So let's catch up. Okay, this is where we were. And I can get you a little bit closer. You can always zoom in a little bit as well on your end. Okay, so this was the 10th. All right, the next day, and I need to preface this. I did say it in my other video. There are certain days in this journal that are just simply not done. There was nothing. And I've scoured through my texts and my pictures and my planner and my whatever, and it's like Zippo. So some of these pages have very little writing on them. And obviously at this point, I'm not able to go back and remember exactly what happened that day, which is the precise reason we do this journaling, right? That is the exact reason. So if we're not keeping track of it somewhere in some either digital or written format, like we're not going to be able to retrace those memories, obviously. So, all right. This day was fun because this day my daughter got approved to be an official substitute. She got hired, got her credentials to be a substitute. This next day, she picked up her first substitute job as a teacher. So amazing. So I just put first day as a substitute in a kindergarten class. She did it. She enjoyed it very much. I borrowed a tape player. We have a very sweet story. And I was given a tape in 1995 that I still have. And I wanted to listen to it again. And we don't have any way to do that. And so I borrowed a tape player from the librarian at work. Yeah, just so cool. So anyway, that was fun. The boy was practicing today at Coast Guard to race in the regatta this weekend. And the boy called me at work today. I don't know why he called me. I should have written down like why he called me. He doesn't normally call me in the middle of the day, but I had just gotten done reading one of his favorite books to some of my little guys that I work with. And it was just so sweet. It was just this very magical moment. And I don't normally answer my phone. Like I'm not normally, it was just great. It was just great. And so we had this lovely talk. I don't remember why he called. And I swear I thought I had a penguin sticker because the book, I put this little Minions there because that, I was working with the little guys. But the book, the book was about penguins, and it was his first book that we did a book group with. The children we used to run whatever, a monthly book club. And so the first book that we ever did it with, was a penguin book, and it was just so sweet. It was just like the best memory. But things like this and this, like this, we would probably remember or document, like borrowing a tape player or like that he called me in the middle of the day. I probably wouldn't remember on a normal basis. And so I'm so grateful that, I was able to write them down. Okay. The next day was Saturday, and this was the day we drove like 6 hours down to Bend, Oregon to go see a woman who does readings. And the reason this is so special is because she's the one that did the reading for me in 1995. And I did not know her. I've never met her. And it was a gift for me. It was actually a reading done for me. It was crazy. So anyway, we have lots of good stories from that day, but it was pretty warm. And we drove through Oregon and through Mount Hood. I don't remember. I must have written it down right. That's so crazy. We had to drive up over the mountains and back down. It was snowing. And so we stopped at the snow lifts and took a picture and sent it to the kids and was like, look at where we are on our crazy drive. It was pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, I went down to Bend for my reading. Last one she did for me was 1995. I was very emotional. Yeah. Yeah. It was unexplainable is the only way I can. Yeah. Here's a picture of my mom and my new sister-in-law, because my mom hosted, like, I'll call it a bridal luncheon that day. That it was very low. It wasn't casual. I mean, we had set the table for China and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it was a bridal luncheon. My daughter volunteered today at the elementary school and helped with the carnival. And then, yeah, the boys' sale today ended in third. And we booked and arranged our tickets to go in May. So that's exciting for graduation. And okay, so here, look, we got this coffee. It came in this pink mug with, like, the textbook thing. Oh, and there's a picture of me. I was so tearful afterwards. I was crying. And then here was my like horoscope for the day. And it says Cancer, full moon touches your heart in ways only you can feel. Old emotions and patterns may rise, not to break you, but to be released, which is just so crazy. Because if you guys have been here, release was my word of the year last year. And it literally just knocked me over. I might bring it back for next year. I haven't done much of anything this year with my word. But anyway, I just thought that was very powerful. I did a lot of releasing this weekend. Going to see this person was very much a release for me. It was full of emotions and lots of stuff. You're being called to nurture yourself first. Healing begins when you stop abandoning yourself for others. This was just really, like, on par and powerful with what, like, she had talked to me about. So, okay, so the next day was Sunday. This is a great example, right? I was exhausted this day, like knocked out, exhausted. So I just put lazy, calm day at home, exhausted after yesterday. I stayed home and journaled today. Lots of processing. So that's it. I forgot to point out, if you're not familiar, I do a monthly challenge for myself and anyone else that wants to join in. And the item of the month to add to every page of my journaling was ribbons and trim. Ribbons and trim. So as we're going through here, I think I did it. I should have reached for some ribbon or trim on every page. Okay. So, like, this one has some material here. Here's some ribbon here. This one, I put some more pom-poms up here. I thought this was interesting. I know it doesn't count, but it's a photocopy or a printable of stitching, which I just thought was really pretty, and it went with this page, but, like, there's no journaling here. So I put here that I ordered a new door knocker for down south with an anchor. And then, sorry. That's Sunday. Sorry. The next day is Monday, the 14th. So here's some more purple ribbon. There is a piece on the outside. April is month of the military child. And so we did lots of purple ribbon activities. We did lots of dandelion art, which is the flower for the military child. And there's very minimal journaling. So I just put month of the military child. I love celebrating them and their position, and, like, how they serve as well. And then, I went to the market. I don't know if I went to the market and then afterwards I went to the dentist, or if I went to the market after the dentist. I mean, like, you can tell. Yeah, dentist went well today. Yay me. So I went to the market after the dentist. I now remember. All right. The next day is Tuesday, the 15th. There's just a little cutout here, some other green stuff. I just, coordinated some stuff. I did put a security envelope here, like, of all the bills and stuff. And here is just a journaling card with another ribbon trim on here. I put tax day. I hate paying taxes, but whatever. It feels good to have them done, and a means to handle it. Regular day at work. I came home and watched a movie with Eric. So, we'll pop that back in there. All right. The next day is Wednesday, the 16th. Again, very simple journaling here, friends. Like there's a thing from my cheese wrapper. I just put good day at work, busy with art projects with the kids, hit the gym after work, then the thrift store. I can't find my purple shirt anywhere. So last year, the previous school year, I bought some purple items for this month, specific like military child purple stuff, and I can't find, like, I know it's in a bag, like I know what bag looks like, I know it's in the bag, I know I put it all together. I can't find it anywhere. Can't find my purple stuff anywhere. And it's driving me nuts. Rue called and had a crazy day sobbing. And I'm so glad she's getting this experience. And it's fun to talk to her about days and share stories about school. And then, yeah, I made flower art with the kids. I went to the gym, the thrift store, and watched To Catch a Killer. And then here's my cheese wrapper. All right, the next day, I mean, look, again, minimal. Just, yeah, April was a tough month to journal for me. I don't quite know why. I know a lot of us have talked about that a little bit. Like, I just really struggled getting stuff down here. I love Thursdays. I put that right here. Thursdays, I run my parent group, and we have coffee, and it's just such a blessing to be a part of their healing journey and be available for that. Little mental health sticker, and then this is my material. I don't know what that is. This is my material here, and I put good day at work. I was asked to meet for a session like after school. It went till 6:30, so it was a late day, and feeling good about work done, helpful. We'll meet throughout the next couple weeks, and I just put like trust the process. Reaching out for mental health for people that aren't used to it or comfortable with it is often very difficult, and I'm always just genuinely honored that people trust me with that journey. So the next day, Friday the 18th, I found my bag of purple gear. Yay, just in time. So I did put another piece of material up here. I put super busy day at school. After school, we had to blast. Oh my gosh. So after school on Fridays, obviously the teachers, are wrapping up or whatever. And so we had to turn on like some really loud, they all have their Friday playlist or whatever, but we had to turn on some really like rock and roll and adult music because the girls in group today, they all were singing Pink Pony Club. I don't know why it was the song of the day, but literally I could not get out of my head, and I hate that song so much. And it was just so hilarious. So like after school, we were like blaring like whatever rock, right? Like 80s, 90s rock and just adult music. It was so funny. And the teachers were all having a great time. So like really fun memory, nothing else. I mean, yeah. All right. The next day is Saturday. Lots of phone calls today. I filmed 2 videos. We walked the dog. We're babysitting the dog. And then my husband's like, hey, do you feel like going to get a burger? And I was like, absolutely. And so we got in the car and drove probably, I don't know how long it is, 45 something minutes, up to Dick's, just to remember my daddy. And, yeah, so we did that. And then, we went to Walmart after we did the dishes, I guess. We washed the sheets. I mean, exciting things here, you guys. We did go to the Amazon market. That's why I'm wondering. I do remember we went to Walmart. I know what we bought there now. We bought a new set of like, right here. I'll say Tupperware, but it's not Tupperware. It's glass, like, with the lids on it and stuff. Ours are plastic we're throwing out. And a lot of our dishes, not those dishes, a lot of these, the glass ones with the top, the storage things, all the nice Corningware, like all that kind of stuff, we've had for 28 years. Now, granted, it's not all bad, but it was time to get a refresher of it. So anyway, we did get that at Walmart. We ate frozen pizza that was sent to us from Chicago, which is always such a gift. And then we watched the rowing movie, which I forgot to put the name of it in here, but we loved it. So, but we went to shop at Amazon Fresh, which was weird. I don't think we knew we were going to Walmart or something anyway, because we don't normally shop at Walmart, but obviously next to Dick's, there's an Amazon Fresh market, and we'd never been. And so we went. We were not impressed, but we did get some things. It was just interesting. So there's some lace here for my trim for the day. The next day is Sunday. It is Easter. I watched two services online this day, and this quote just stuck in my brain. It just, anyway, here's my material, and I consider like the flowers kind of like in my trim. I don't even know. But the quote was, "The devil knows your name, but calls you by your sin." Dang. That's deep. Okay. This was this was a piece of Happy Meal I have had for a very long time. And I had this little thing, so I just put it on top, and I just love it so much. And I'm so glad that it found a little home. I put some more material here. That afternoon, we walked to the little market down the road, and oh my gosh, I found this really pretty feather. And I don't mind gluing it in my book. So if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. I understand. So we're walking to this little market, which is probably like a mile and a half away down the road, whatever. So we're walking and just enjoying it. It was absolutely beautiful. All of our cherry blossoms trees in our front yard just popped. They were just stunning. This picture does not do it justice at all. But anyway, we're walking there, and we're kind of tight on time. Like it's getting to be, I don't even know what time, let's say 7. Like the market closes at 7. We're going to make it kind of right before 7 in order to buy an ice cream, and then we'll eat our ice cream walking home, that sort of thing. My husband is like picking up trash, which he always does, and doing whatever. And we get like 3/4 of the way there, and he's like, "Do you have my phone?" I'm like, "No, I don't have your phone." And he's like, "Shit, I think I dropped my phone." I was like, "No way." So we go back. So now we're in a predicament, right? Because we've lost the phone, but we need ice cream, and we're on a tight clock. So we have to divide and conquer. So he's like, "You go to the market." So I run the rest of the 1/4 mile to the market. He starts looking for his phone. I get the ice cream, I put it in a bag, and I'm running back to try and find him, jogging back, let's be clear. And he still hasn't found it. And so, we had walked this far. He sent me ahead. He started walking, back, and I catch up to him, and we're looking, and he's freaking out. Like, he's like, "I have to call work. I have to thankfully he found it. He went to look where he had picked up the trash, right? And he had a windbreaker on, like a light jacket, and it had fallen out of the front pocket, right? And he just didn't even feel it fall out of the pocket. But that was a little scary because it's like in the bushes. Like it wasn't on the road. It was in, there's no sidewalks here. We live out, so I can't believe he found it. First of all, it's black and like, I can't believe it. But anyway, yeah, super exciting. Okay, the next day was Monday. Look at the journaling, friends. Look at the journaling. Now, without looking, I know what happened this day. A little bit of lace right here. This is the day we have like the store at school for the kids where they can spend their little money that they've earned for good behavior and all this stuff and like whatever. And I helped most of the day. I am happy to help. It is a day full of emotions for children. And depending on the age and like all that kind of stuff, but it is so exhausting. And I feel like it's probably not like the best use of my abilities, but I absolutely love it. And I love being there like with the kids, but, like each class, come like, oh my gosh. But anyway, it's exhausting at the end of the day. So I had cut this out because this was like one of the boxes of things. They had little mini stress balls, that sell out within 2 hours or whatever. Like it's crazy the way, anyway. So, I did get a new nail polish today. It's like, I saw something online I had to have. And then here, is a little thing about the Pope that I could probably write more about, obviously, but I glued it in there and didn't go back. Okay, the next day is Tuesday, the 22nd. Here is my ribbon and trim for the day. I really love this. I don't use it enough, so I'm, happy I did it. Enjoying making military art with the kids. Privileged enough to be a part of their journey. This is like why I chose that paper for this page. Found a dandelion art here, and I just put month of the military child. Again, not a lot of journaling. I guess it's Earth Day. I didn't think today was Earth Day, but I guess it is because it says right here, Earth Day every day. I don't know. Good groups today. We talked about the Earth and the globe and their role and their impact. And then, a lot of the kids have parents elsewhere in the world. So we always, tie that in. So not a lot of journaling here. Don't know what I ate for dinner. Don't know what didn't document what I wore, didn't document a conversation with my husband or my children, like very minimal journaling, but a couple memories from the day. All right, the next one is Wednesday the 23rd. This is my picture of myself in the dressing room in my little robe when I went in for my mammogram this morning. So I'm always so impressed. It was a 7:00 appointment in the morning, and I was out by I'm not joking, 7:15, 7:17 maybe, 7:20 maybe, and I got to work by 8. So impressed with them all the time. Here is the material piece for today, and then I just wrote here about my dear husband who just works his tail off. He's wrestling this giant tree. I don't know. I mean, it's enormous. And then I just put in the yard fighting some huge trees when I got home. My daughter went to Georgia today. She drove down to Georgia from Tennessee to go to her friend's father's service. And I just put, I really honor that in her. I'm really glad she was able to do that for her friend. It was really tragic and sad and quick, and it was heartbreaking. And so I'm really glad that her friend asked her to come and that she was able to go and felt comfortable. Her friend had already left to go home, and then the service was today, so Rue drove down. And I put here, I wish her teacher was more understanding. I get it's April, I get it's a class, but there's at some point a level of responsibility we have to give these young adults. They are young adults, and you have to believe her if she says she's going to a funeral. You know what I mean? I really struggle with the micromanaging sometimes, regarding attendance, right? She's a straight A student. So it's not it's just really, anyway, I was so frustrated, on her behalf. And I was I've never even had a contact with anybody at the university for either one of my children while they've been in college. That is completely their business. I have offered more than once, and she has declined. They have both declined, but I was so upset that her teacher gave her a really rude email back. And, it was just it really upset me that, and I've taught, I understand both sides of it. I do. But it was really hard, and it added stress to my kid, which is where that's where my heartstrings really get involved. And it's I'm really on the edge of so anyway, it all worked out. It's fine. But I was really proud of her that she drove down there and, was able to be there for her friend. I think it was really a gift, right? That's a gift that we can do as friends. So, all right. The next day was Thursday. The boys sailed in nationals, day 1 today. Thursday is my coffee date, my group with the parents. So I have a fun coffee cup there. I had a great parent group today, late session after school. Okay, yeah. And then I stayed for book night. I was asked to read one of the books. And so this was the book they asked me to read. And then so I made this little thing, and it just says I was chosen tonight to read a book and talk about it and do the art project with the kids. And cute book. Always love seeing the kids outside of class and their time expressing themselves and learning new things. It was very cool. I thought it was an interesting book choice. The whole theme of the night was international, and they chose different books from different countries. Anyway, I wasn't in charge of any of that. I was simply asked to read a book, which is what I did. So, and it's stunning, and it's a beautiful book. And anyway, okay. So the next day is Friday. I think this is material under here. I did not glue this down, and I can't remember if I felt like I was gonna add something more to it, maybe. I can't honestly remember, but we're not going to do that now. So we'll go ahead and just add, we'll just tape it down. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if it flaps. I guess it doesn't matter, but we'll go ahead and tie that down. I know what this says under here. The boy and the team did not make the cut today to move on to finals. And it was just so sad. It was his last nationals of college. My heart hurts for him. He's in good spirits and he's taking it all in. So, yeah, so here's my son and his coach, and it says sails are but this was sent to me in Happy Mail, and it's just so amazing. It sails are but cloth on ships that ride idly at anchor, awaiting the tide. But when the tide is outward flowing and favoring winds to seaward blowing, then sails and sails are wings, and shrouds are turned like great harp strings. The shore and the harbor and the earth they flee and fly away singing, so brave and so free. And I just thought it was such a beautiful poem about sailing. And it's a bummer it ended that way. We were sad we weren't there. We made a decision like not to go. My husband, frankly, goes more than I do. Anyway, it was hard not to be there, but it's okay. So they are out of nationals on Friday, which was a bummer, but it is what it is. So, what happened this day? Let's ask, let's think. Do I have any idea? No, I do not. No, I do not. I can tell you, because I think I made this page with you guys also. I can't tell you anything. I can tell you I either cleaned my tub or took a bath. How about that? Or maybe both. I don't really know. These are both things from my bath. Why is that not sticking? These are both things from my bath. So I think I took a bath this day. I think I made this page with you guys and the day wasn't over. Look, big question mark. No idea what happened this day. I obviously had a liquid IV. I obviously had some yogurt. And that's about it, folks. We glued this down. We glued this down. So there's no like flip. These would have been the journaling cards. And I chose them. I don't know. I will look one more place, but I've searched, like I said, my pictures, my text, I don't know. And it's unfortunate because I like the page. So maybe I'll go back and watch the video when I made the page. Here is some trim, lace trim, and here is a piece of material and fun trim there. All right, the 27th is a Sunday. Again, I don't know, friends. I don't know. I think I watched church with Rue. I think she went to church and I watched it live this day, I think is what's happening with this. I will check one more place, but like I said, I've looked and I don't know. I obviously had this coffee today. I don't know what this is from. Yeah, good talk. Another good talk day, which is a bummer because I really like this page. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else I wanted on here. So this is obviously my lace and trim. It's kind of a bummer because it's a really pretty belly band and I really like it. And I think this was a gift. I think this was in Happy Mail, this really pretty trim. And I finally used it. And now I have nothing in here. Like I want something fun, tucked in here and to document my day. I don't remember anything about this day except this picture was in there. And I just said, I'm happy to complete the dog tag project at school. Every kid got 2, the whole thing. And then I put them all up on it. Like, it's cool to have them displayed. They're proud of their work. That's all I got. Here's a tag off of something this day. I mean, really, this is how this month was though. I'm not like, there's no notes anywhere. All right. This day, I put always a fun day at work and I love recess, but my heart hurts when I see their equipment. We donated all of Rue's old soccer balls and this is the current state of them. We had a full set of training soccer balls that were pink that Rue had. And so we donated them. And and they're like worn down to the nub. Like it's just so sad to see the lack of funding in schools these days. And so I don't know. So I want to work on a way to get, and it's not really my job. Like I'm in a very weird position. Like it's clearly not my job, but I also feel like I could help someone else write a grant, or I could ask someone else, I could work with someone else to help. Anyway, get a donation for like playground equipment. Like it's just but anyway, the kids weren't complaining. It's just me complaining. They love it. We had a great recess. We had a great day. So I obviously went to Jack in the Box. Here we go. Oh, had 7 o'clock blood draw this day. Good day at work. Horrible traffic on the way home to the gym. So this is why I never check into the gym before like I literally get there, because I was supposed to go to like the 4:30 and I checked into the 4:30 and the traffic was unbelievable and I couldn't get there till 5:30, which means it was like over an hour and a half like to even get to the gym, which isn't even home. Like my home is here, the gym is here, and my work is here. And it was unbelievable, the accident. But anyway, I did get Jack in the Box for breakfast on my way to work after my blood draw. I have this trim here, this fuzzy stuff. I just kind of glued it into one of those little things. This is the trim off of my bulletin board, because my whole bulletin board in the hallway was purple for Purple Up and military stuff and dandelions and like all the fun stuff. Wednesday is a fun day. My daughter, I should reprint this picture now that my printer is working better. It's not amazing, but she looks like a plastic doll. I don't even know. So she got a tan. She went and got a spray tan, and it was like she literally had freckles, and it was crazy. I don't even know. But anyway, she had formal today as well as denim day, and denim day is a very cool philanthropic awareness day regarding consent. It's a very cool day, and she had a great time doing it. It was actually really, really fun. And so I put a bunch of denim as my material or trim for the day. This is a bummer because I don't know if you can, well, of course you can see it, but this is weird because we know that these thermal receipts don't last, right? But I put tape over it. Now, this is a few months after April when I'm showing you this, but here's the weird part. The part that is black and white, the part that's darkest right there, is the part that doesn't have tape over it. Like, I just laid down tape and I obviously missed a spot, but at the time, I was like, no problem. I mean, I'll get the gist of it. And I figured it would fade in the part that doesn't. The part that has the tape on it is the part that faded. Have you guys ever seen that before? Is that nuts? I think that's crazy. Okay. This ticket is from the DMV today. We went, my husband and I both went. We had appointments and we both went, not at the same time, but like, an hour apart, to get our enhanced license, because we're on this, clock now where everyone has to have this stupid new license and whatever. So, and yes, we waited till the very last minute. And yes, we already went to get our new passports, which they took. And so now we need the license and we can't travel without the passport, and we're leaving in like 8 days. Okay. Like panic. All right. But anyway, we got an appointment. We did get this. They give you a piece of paper. They don't give you a new license. So I was like, freaking out. Anyway, that's what this receipt was. So it's kind of a bummer, but whatever. Busy day, left to go to for the new, So after that, as I'm driving home, my husband texts me a picture. My passport came this day, but not his. So as of this day, I could travel because I had a passport. I didn't have my enhanced license, but I had a passport, which thank you, God, right? Because, Because I was like, otherwise, honey, we have to get in a car now and start driving to South Carolina because our son is graduating and like I'm not missing it. So if we don't have a license, I don't know. Like if we can't fly, y'all gonna have to get me there some other way, okay? Put me on a train, do whatever we have to do. But anyway, my passport came, his did not. And then after this appointment, I went to my new, not my new, but new last year endo appointment, and everything's great. She drew my lab, like went over my labs with me and like all that kind of stuff for my health stuff that I work with her on. Okay, that's the end of April. I love this cover. I love all the fringe. I love it. I love it. It's so soft. I really loved using the pillowcase. It has no structure. Like I didn't stuff it with anything or do anything. I literally just cut a piece of it and did this. I always say the same thing. I may add a closure, but I don't think I will. Because it just goes on a shelf. I don't have to do anything with it. I do, however, still need to add like a label with like the month and the year. I normally add something to my cover, but I don't need it. I do like it on the edge because when they're on the shelf, whichever way they're, sitting, it does show. So I will add a label still, but I am really happy with this journal. It was a fun month. It was a busy month. And some of the memories, well, obviously we don't document all of our memories, right? I understand that, but some of these really got away. Okay. Some of these days really slipped away. And I know I wasn't, really consistent in documenting things anywhere. So, I've been trying to be better about that, knowing I can't come down here every day. But anyway, it was fun. It got off to a fun start. I think that's also why I was like missing things because I was gone for like 10 days in the beginning of the month. And so that was all catch up, like when I got back, right? So it was really fun though. And I'm really happy with this journal, and I'm happy to say it's done and I can put it up on the shelf. So, if you have any questions, let me know. And I appreciate everyone watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope you are enjoying documenting your memories, and I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care.